Hi everybody and welcome back to COMM1160. This is the video for week number 6. This week we're going to be looking at creating a research file. So it'll be a shorter video this week because you're going to be spending the majority of your time working on an assignment. There are some pieces of information that I need to give you though. And first of all, I just wanted to go over what we're going to do this week and what we're doing in the coming weeks, just so that we're all on the same page. So this week, I'm going to introduce the research file assignment to you. This is a big assignment that we're going to be working on. And then I'm also going to give you a time budget for the assignment. There is no assignment due this week, week 6. Your time during week 6 and week 7, so next week, is going to be spent preparing the research file assignment, which is ultimately going to be due on March the 1st by 5 p.m. And note that March the 1st is a Monday. It's actually the first Monday of your break. I wanted to give you that weekend because I know that week 7 is going to be tough. You're going to have a lot of exams. I wanted to give you some extra time. The latest I can go with it is March 1st by 5 p.m. And coming up, we have our midterm break, and our midterm break runs from March 1st to March 5th. So I'm sure you're already looking forward to that. I know I am. I also need to let you know that there will be no course chat on February 15th. That's actually a legal holiday. It's Family Day. So that Monday is for you to relax, connect with your friends and family, take a bit of a breather as we move into our work towards the break. So like I said, what I want to do first is introduce the assignment to you because it's a fairly lengthy and weighty assignment. I know I did warn you in last week's video that I was going to put you to work. This is really where the rubber meets the road. So ultimately what you're going to be doing after the break, okay, is writing a report based on the topic that you chose. So a while back, I gave you a list of topics, and some of you have reached out and you picked your own individual topic. You're ultimately going to be writing a report on that. I just want to make it really clear, though, that I'm not asking you to write the report at this stage. We're simply gathering information with the research file assignment. You will have lots of time after the break in which to write the report. All you're doing is gathering information and writing some summaries at this stage. So please do not panic and think that you need to write a big report. We're not at that stage yet, okay? We're only at the information gathering stage. And our last few weeks have been preparing for this. So we've looked at how to use the library. We've looked at the APA references. We've looked at APA in-text citations. We've looked at reading, research, Cornell note-taking, and writing summaries. Now we're going to put all of this together into one bigger project. So, as I said, ultimately you are going to be writing a report, and your goal with the report is going to be to give information about your particular topic to colleagues in healthcare. So you're going to be imagining yourself writing to somebody else who's in your class to give them some information about your topic. You need to keep in mind that you're going to have to narrow your topic because we are going to be writing sort of a mini report. And I'm going to ask you to make a decision this week about whether you're going to focus on the symptoms of your disease or condition or the treatments for your disease or condition, but not both. Okay, if you try to do both, you're going to end up with way too much information. Certain diseases and conditions will have more information about symptoms than treatments and vice versa. So be judicious, okay, as you're looking at the research in determining what you're going to focus on. You want to make sure that you're going to have enough material to write a report from, okay? So your first step is going to be to determine whether you're going to focus on symptoms or treatments for the condition or disease that you've chosen. But again, right, go in with just an idea that this might be what you focus on, see what the research shows, and be open to switching your focus if you find that you're having difficulty finding information on whatever category it is that you've chosen. You're going to find 3 sources of information that's related to your topic, and these are going to be only from the Niagara College library system, so no external web information. The information that you find can be any combination of ebook chapters or journal articles, okay? Any combination at all. If you want to do 3 articles, you can do 3 articles. If you want to do 3 book chapters, you can do 3 book chapters, or any combination, okay? I'm then going to ask you to read through the chapters and the articles, and I'm going to suggest when you're doing this that you do some Cornell note-taking or some other form of note-taking so that you're actually pulling information from the resources. I'm then going to have you complete a worksheet, and the worksheet's just attached to this assignment. When you download the assignment, you'll see it. And for each source, each item that you're finding, I'm going to get you to tell me the type of item. Is it a book chapter or is it a journal article? I'm going to ask you to give me the title of that resource, and then I'm going to ask you to write a summary paragraph. The summary paragraph I'm going to ask you to write using the strategies that we talked about last week when it comes to summary writing. So you may need to go back and re-watch some of those videos. You'll definitely want to take a look at the handout from last week so that you're writing in summary format, okay? The last thing that you're going to do is you're going to compose and print a correctly formatted APA references page for your 3 sources. For this part of the project, I'm going to recommend that you go back to your APA references assignment and that you take a look at it and you make any corrections that you need to. So a lot of people didn't capitalize the running head. Make sure that you capitalize your running head this time. A lot of people didn't put the items in alphabetical order. Make sure that you put those in alphabetical order. So any of the little challenges that came up with your first go with APA, make sure that you spend special attention to those, okay? In order to complete the assignment, you're going to turn in the worksheet and the APA references page in one single Word file, okay? So create a Word file. You don't need to include all of the instructions or anything. I need for you to identify what your topic is, and then tell me, are you going to focus on symptoms or are you going to focus on treatments? And then go through and do the summaries, okay? Again, in the summary section, you do need to follow the summary strategy that we talked about last week. You also need to include APA in-text citations in your summary. And remember that just sticking one citation at the end is not proper APA format. You need to work sentence by sentence by sentence. So again, follow the example, take a look at the example, and make sure that you're using that strategy. I do have some bad news in terms of your time budget, okay? And I'm going to talk to you as your friend, not as your professor. A lot of times professors say, don't leave this to the last minute, right? You'll hear that over and over and over again. I am actually a believer that some things can be done in the last minute, but I'm going to tell you as your friend, this is not the assignment that you can do at the last minute. There's a lot of work here, okay? So I'm giving you a little bit of a time budget so that you can assess, okay, when to work on this particular assignment because you want to set aside blocks of time. The first thing that you're going to need is you're going to need to search for your articles and your chapters. And I'm estimating that that's going to take about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Remember, when you're looking for your articles or your chapters, you want to focus on articles and chapters that are on your topic, that give you information about symptoms or treatments, and that are articles or chapters that you can read and understand fairly easily. Okay, do not pick something that is enormously challenging to read that's meant for a specialist with 30 years of experience dealing with that disease or condition. Be careful. Make your choices, okay? Certainly, excuse me, don't just pick the first 3 things that come up, okay? That will spell disaster. So take the time at the beginning to make sure that you're making really good choices in terms of your research. Then you're actually going to have to read the articles and chapters, and I am suggesting, even though you're not turning them in, but I am suggesting that you do some Cornell notes with them. That process I'm estimating is taking about 3 to 4 hours. So about an hour, okay, per article or per chapter. Writing the summaries, I'm estimating, should take about an hour to an hour and a half. It will go faster if you have Cornell notes, because you'll be able to refer to your notes as you're writing the summary, and I'm sure that'll make things a lot easier. You also then need to create your references list. And now with your experience with APA, I'm estimating that'll only take about 30 minutes or so. So the total that we're looking at for this project is approximately 8 hours. Okay, that's a fair amount of work. Of those 8 hours, 6 are class hours because I'm not doing extensive videos this week and I will not be putting up any videos next week. Your time is simply to devote to getting this project done. So again, go in with a warning, knowing that, again, like I said, as your friend, I'm telling you this is going to take you some time. You want to make sure that you give yourself adequate time to work on it. I certainly would not leave it to the last minute, and I would break up the work so that if I were doing this assignment, so that I was doing it in chunks. So I'd maybe find the articles one day, read them, another day, write the summaries another day, and so on and so forth, just so that you're not sitting, for 8 full hours just working on one assignment. Again, the good news is that you do have 2 full weeks to do this, and even more time if you've been working ahead and you're listening to this early. So there'll be lots of time. I have very high expectations for your work. I know you're going to do a great job with this, and I'm really looking forward to taking a look at the kind of research that you found and your summaries, okay, of the research that you've read. As usual, we're going to have our course chat. Again, remember the course chat on the 15th is canceled due to Family Day, but please feel free to come in to course chat. I think it's the, let me look at the calendar. I think it's, the 8th, okay, or the 22nd. If you have any questions or concerns about this assignment, please pop into your course chats at those times. Try to enjoy this process. I know it's a lot of work, but think of it this way. This is your first time where you're really doing some solid medical healthcare research. So it's a big event, right? And I'm hoping that you'll actually enjoy reading about your disease or condition as you go. So I wish you all the best of luck with the assignment. The assignment will be uploaded under the assignment tabs, so you're free to go in there and access the assignment. Any questions, like I said, drop into the course chat and ask them. And good luck. Let me know how it's going as you're working, and I'll talk to you in our next video.